Hey you guys, it's Britt, and I'm here to share with you a little bit of a different video. I was contacted by the Not So Evil Stepmother, and I wanted to share with you guys our exchange just because I believe in transparency, and I'm not going to have a conversation with someone offline regarding a video and then not share it with you guys. So we're going to go over these exchanges in my video. And if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so I'm sure most of you, if you're watching this video, you have been following the series of events that have happened around this topic. And I also want to put a trigger warning in the beginning of this video because later on, when I'm reading some of the email that I sent to her, there will be some discussion about animal welfare, and I realize that that is very, very sensitive for some people, including myself, but these are things that had to be said. So I want to put the trigger warning in the beginning for you guys. If you are upset by that topic, please catch the next video. In fact, I uploaded a video earlier today for you guys, so please skip this one and I'll see you on the next one. But I did want to make sure that I put that in the beginning of the video. To be really honest with you guys, I was a little surprised to see Alex contact me. I didn't think that she would email me. However, I do think that things have gotten to a point where I think that she's tired, if I'm going to be really honest. I don't want to assume what someone else's emotions are, but based on her email and her recent video, I do think that she is just tired mentally and, you know, probably physically too. So I'm going to read the email that she sent me. And again, the only reason that I'm reading the email that she sent me along with my response is because, you know, I am a commentary, beauty, whatever channel you want to tag me as, fine. But I have always said, you know, when YouTubers start to talk offline and they form these friendships and then they go sour and they're talking about each other behind their backs, and then these messages are leaked and nobody knows who said what and where and why and who, I have limited my communication with fellow YouTubers offline for this reason, because I also want to be able to deliver commentary to all of these people equally. I want to be able to keep the same energy. And I'm going to give you guys an example. When I start to read my email, I'm going to give you an example of how closely aligning yourself with other YouTubers can be problematic, because once they show bad behavior, to a certain degree, birds of a feather flock together. I've heard that since I was 5 years old. And I do think that it can somewhat apply to YouTubers that have offline friendships. So that's why I've limited mine. Not saying I know everything, but I want to share this with you guys and just share the dialogue. We can open a conversation about this. This is a lot, so go get a tea or a coffee or whatever you want as your beverage. Because this is going to be a long one. And I know that Alex already shared that she had contacted me, and I took a while to digest her email and also, you know, form a response that I felt like was informative, because I never planned to I'm not going to go back and forth with email responses, because I also don't want to waste her time and I don't want to waste mine. I just want us to be cordial and share thoughts and keep it moving. So she emailed me yesterday. That was April 2nd at 12:22 p.m. The subject is Mandy and the he said, she said. It goes on to say, Britt, I am attempting to reach out because quite honestly, I am so tired of the he said, she said high school nonsense. I am a grown woman and I truly don't have time for games from subscribers or anyone else. And there's definitely a certain subscriber or small trio playing both sides in all of this, which I already have proof of, and I don't like being used as a pawn. And I don't think anyone should be used as a pawn. That's completely unfair. I am tired of people sending me screenshots of comments And apparently they're doing the same to you because you made a video calling it the exclusive as if you're reporting on the situation, but yet have never reached out to me once and interviewed me or asked me anything directly to have any exclusive information. I'm going to respond to all of this in the email, so I'm just going to read hers through and then we'll get into my response. And I am sure you already know if I am saying something in a comment section, then it's coming in an update and a video is in the works. However, before I did that video, I wanted to go see Mandy first and get her side before I speculated on things, because I don't want, I think that was a typo. I think she meant to say, I want to make sure I'm giving everyone's side in all of this. I am truly trying to be as unbiased as possible, even though at times I find it extremely hard to do so. Then it goes on to say, so I figured I would just reach out. And if you're truly concerned with getting the exclusive, let's talk. No games, no screenshots, no more BS, no he said, she said. Because at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with you, never did, and actually agreed with you at the beginning, and even at some points during all of this, which is why I have never said not one bad thing about you in any of my videos, and have actually stood up for you in my most recent live. Now, I may not like or agree how you go about things, but that's my opinion, just as I'm sure you have your own about me. At the end of the day, I just want the truth. Always have and always will, no matter what that is. So you said you have some questions that haven't been answered, and I would love to help answer them if I can. And if you really want the exclusive and what's going on, I would be more than happy to give it to you. So here's my number. Obviously, I'm not going to share her phone number, but she puts her phone number there. And then she closes out by saying, I would appreciate if you didn't dox me. And if you want to call me from a private number to block your own, that's fine too. But let's get this figured out, because I'm so tired of the drama and tired of the games from everyone. Alex. So my response to Alex really covers a lot. And the reason that I'm reading it in this video for you guys is because, you know, like I said, I don't really believe in all the behind the scenes stuff. And, you know, I'm always going to be transparent with you guys. And if once in a while it's addressing something in a video, then it is what it is. But I will be transparent with you guys. And I also, at the end of the day, I don't trust anyone, really. And I want you guys to see this email verbatim from what I sent, so that parts of this are not clipped and taken out of context or manipulated. I'm just being completely transparent. That's how I feel. So in order to be transparent, I want to read it in its entirety to you guys, just so you have an understanding of the information that I sent to Alex. And if y'all want to speed this up, you can. I realize that I'm not like the fastest speaker in the whole world, and this video is probably going to be very long, so you know, do what you would like, but I understand if you want to speed it up. So I said, hi Alex, thanks for reaching out. I understand your distaste for the high school nonsense. However, I've experienced more vulgar, hateful, bullying behavior from your co-counsel, Tyra, than I've had since actual high school. Not saying you're co-signing, but I know you have an offline relationship with her, so I'm letting you know firsthand where I stand. And since you entered this scenario because of her, at the end of the day, I do want to make it really clear that I am not saying that Alex is responsible for anyone else's behavior. However, she entered this entire scenario because of what I'm calling her co-counsel. Take that word lightly. So she entered this scenario because of that. And this individual has gone on to be absolutely the most vile person that I've come across on YouTube. So miserable, so mean, so relentless on just nonsense coverage on me. So I do want to make that clear that I'll give you guys an example. Me and Amanda, okay? We have I would consider it a friendship offline. If I brought Amanda into a situation and asked her to help me out with it. And then Amanda kind of went left and started acting like a really vile, hateful person, I would denounce exactly what she's doing. I wouldn't come on my channel and just say, oh, well, I don't like that and I don't like that. I would denounce everything specifically, and I would distance myself from her, because that's just not okay. Nobody should be aligning themselves with an online bully, period. I went on to say, she dislikes me so much, she doesn't even want you to be honest about what's happened with Mandy. Why would you even say, I hope you don't me? I've never done anything mean or vile to anyone online. Even if you don't agree with my opinions, nobody will ever be doxxed because of me. What an underhanded way of discussing me on your channel, because she did echo this to her own subscribers as well. I don't see much he said, she said, because I've based my opinions off info Mandy has released, you yourself have said, or is public knowledge or information. And then I went on to say, can we stop calling anyone on my side a stan? You know better than that, and I know you do. Either way, I'll give you my thoughts on this situation. And as far as the whole stan thing, you know, I don't like when people use that word loosely, because I don't feel like any of my subscribers follow me blindly and just endorse everything that I do. If I was coming on my platform and being really problematic and doing things the wrong way, I guarantee you that my subscribers would call me out for it. Just because someone has an opinion that is similar to a YouTuber, that doesn't mean that they're a stan. And just because they choose to use their platform to show support to a YouTuber they enjoy, that doesn't mean that they're a stan. Okay, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. As for Mandy, as you are seeing now, there are, in my opinion, a lot of half-truths and misconceptions with her. I've always commended you for giving it a go and putting your neck out to want to help her. And I've said that from early on, because I am actually unbiased and will call it for what it is, something others struggle with. I've not said anything on my channel that hasn't been based on public information or based on Mandy's own content. As for your now deleted comment, I'm going to read something that you took so much time to write. No, I didn't save the entire comment chain, but the info you wrote was plentiful, and you obviously took time to write it. Since you have always asked people to come to you for answers, reading an informative comment you wrote is in all fairness. I did take the time to listen to your Mandy update number 4 this evening and was glad to hear the pipes were addressed point blank. Okay, let's talk about the animals, because I think you guys know this is the one thing that I really have a huge issue with. And I think while Alex has done her best to provide resources and do things for Mandy, when the animals are addressed, I do think that the point is being missed. So let's go through this part now. As for the dog she has right now, I think you and a lot of people are missing the point here. It doesn't matter if the dog is 2 years or 12 weeks old. Mandy, in my opinion, doesn't have the resources to help herself. She doesn't deserve to be a pet owner. The main concern brought to the forefront early on are the kerosene fumes. What does the dog's age have to do with him inhaling fumes from this winter, and possibly right now, seeing as it was 37 degrees in her town today? The dog having a small, dirty, trash-filled lot to run around is not the point. Dogs deserve so much more than a small bed, a trash-filled lot, and in a tiny shed with cats and 3 adults, along with the shed being filled with fumes. I don't care about a vent or a net. You and I both know that she's not sleeping with a door open at night when it's freezing cold out in a dangerous neighborhood, according to you yourself, because Alex has expressed that this neighborhood that she is in is not the safest. So going on Where will the dog go if Mandy gets a job? Stay locked in a shed all day? Come on. Kaya from Kaya's Life, or whatever her channel name is, I really couldn't think of her channel name, has offered Mandy multiple times to get the dog adopted. The cats could easily be adopted as well through one of the many no-kill shelters in Ohio. At least while they're waiting, they're not exposed to fumes and can get medical treatment if needed. The damage could already be done and may not be visible through symptoms yet. Mandy is selfish and reckless with her decisions to acquire animals, knowing she's in that shed, based on my personal opinion. I don't care if the pets keep her calm or happy. It's bigger than what Mandy wants. The animals deserve their well-being bare minimum. That can't be ignored anymore. Now that Mandy isn't allegedly using the kerosene heater, despite it being 37 degrees in her town yesterday, we are approaching flea and tick season. Who is going to make sure those animals have flea and tick prevention? Are they current on their vaccines? What about heartworm prevention? Based on what I've seen, I doubt any of that has happened. These are all things that tie back to animal welfare, and without money, it cannot be provided. Lastly, I guess everyone is going to allow Mandy to get away with lying on my name by claiming a deputy went to her shed. She never even shows proof they came, and if they did, they wouldn't tell her who called. Could have been anyone if they did come. It's the citizens' right to report things that aren't in the best interest of humans or animals. It's all on YouTube. And that's the one thing, you guys, like I have expressed this in other videos, I am so tired of the, oh, well, can't you just leave it alone? It's none of your business. I have expressed that before, so I'm not going to get on my soapbox in this video, but if there is video evidence of things that are not in the best interest of people or animals, it is the citizens' right to contact authorities. Period. Don't make anyone ever make you feel like you are stepping the line. When you see something on the internet that is something that should probably be called in or checked out, don't make anyone feel like it's none of your business, because things that are uploaded to YouTube is everyone's business, specifically when it comes to the welfare of people and animals, especially animals. Like I said in other videos, they can't get up and go down the block and get a job. They are at the owner's mercy. And my heart breaks for that dog, because that dog deserves a better life. Those cats deserve clean air. They deserve a lot more than what Mandy is providing and has the resources to provide. And that is fucked up, in my opinion. While I commend you for doing your part and have been, Mandy needs to answer questions herself. Not knowing how to adult doesn't hold weight with me or many others. This is a woman who has gotten away with being a grifter for 2+ years from my seat, and based on how she's allegedly lied so much and bailed on job offerings and the resources even from you yourself, that looks like someone who doesn't want a real job. You really haven't proven much until today regarding these shenanigans Mandy has been feeding her subscribers and others who have tried to help her in similar manners as you are right now. What happened with AdSense, where she claimed she was entering any credit card expiration date in the system? We don't know if that was fixed. Why is her son flexing loads of cash on Instagram when they're allegedly beyond broke? Why did she bring new animals into a shed knowing she needs to use the money she has to get out of the shed. What really happened with the ID situation? Why did she lie to you about being able to get her license, knowing that you were busting your ass to help her? I'm not buying the "I'm embarrassed" excuse either. Saying her sons would drive the van despite not having a license of their own and needing a licensed adult to even begin the process. This is all bad in my opinion. Based on the Ohio laws that I've seen, you're not allowed to occupy a space without running water. Does the Department of Health know that she's occupying a shed as a primary residence? If a deputy did go over there at any point recently, I think that would be something they would address. 3 adults and multiple animals living in a shed without water or power. There are so many things not addressed here, and I'm only naming a few. The questions people have need to be answered by Mandy, not by you. I know you offered answers or help to get them, but this is not your task. Allow Mandy to show proof and answer them herself, since she's behind all of the issues going on here. The mannerisms that Mandy has exhibited online have proven she doesn't need money donations. I agree with you. It's much more than that, and she is showing to be uninterested in your resources. But sadly, I believe her habits can be hidden, and that's all that I will say about that. Like you always say, you're not her mom, so it might be time to stop wearing your heart on your sleeve for someone who treats your help like a buffet. And she said that on her own video, that it sort of seems like Mandy is taking a buffet. Out of all of the help that Alex is offering, it's like, oh, well, I'll take the van, but I won't go apply for a job. Or I don't want a counselor, but I'll take whatever. Like, from my seat, you are starting to have some egg on your face, in my opinion, and tons of other people see it too, no matter which side they started out on. This was a golden opportunity for Mandy, but history is repeating itself with her. I noticed early on that it was the monetary donation she wanted and not the resources to get out of the actual situation. You know? I think you're seeing the tip of the iceberg of the mess that is Mandy's deceptions and unwillingness to do the work and take the offers. People are skeptical, not hating or being mean to her. You and I know this. It's only been a few people hating. Most just want the truth, since Mandy has gained and asked for money from her subscribers for so long, not done anything to help herself, and has been caught in half-truths. I will politely decline your call, and I wish you nothing but the best. So that's my response to Alex, and I think that there's a lot to unpack in that response, but like I said, I'm not planning on making this a back and forth sort of deal. I wish her nothing but the best. I have done this from very early on. I have said, if this is what Alex wants to do, good luck to her. However, she's not the first one to try to help Mandy. Now, the other problem that people are having is that there are DRUG allegations. You guys, honestly, I can't address that in this video, because I've always said, you know, as far as that, I've seen stuff like that try to be put on other YouTubers too. I can't comment on that. So either way, I wanted to share this with you guys. I don't know if Alex will share this with her subscribers, but I did want you guys to see exactly what was said. The email, you know, not divvied up or whatever. At the end of the day, I think the one thing that is so tiring about the audience that's watching all of this, you know, kind of play out, is that there is a narrative being spun that if you are skeptical, you are being mean. And that will never work with me. That will not work on my channel. And if you come in my comments and try to say I'm a mean girl, I will delete your comment. And you can run over to, you know, my detractors YouTube page and say, oh my God, she deleted my comment. Come over here with some dumb shit and I'm going to delete your comment. I've just got a zero tolerance for it. If people want to have a conversation, that's great. But as far as people trying to, you know, claim something that I'm not, I just can't spend my energy on that anymore. I really hope that Mandy wakes up and takes this help. The idea has always been, go get a job so you can stop depending on your subscribers. And the whole, oh, well, she never asked for donations. Please, you guys, like, this goes back to the parasocial relationship thing. Don't put sad funeral music over your videos and link your PayPal and give them all of the details of how you're struggling and then say you don't expect donations. People are not ignorant. Come on. What are you doing to make your life better? This was the golden opportunity, and in my opinion, it sort of looks like it's falling to pieces. But Alex is not throwing in the towel yet. That's what she said herself. So I continue to wish her well. I do think that she has really good intentions behind this. Unlike her co-counsel, who is none of those things, I do think that Alex, you know, her heart's in the right place with this, but I do not think that this is going to end well because of the unwillingness that's being broadcast to everybody. That's my video on this. I hope that you guys did enjoy it. I realize that this is a little different, but certain times I'm going to have to address stuff, and you know, being transparent sometimes means a video like this every once in a while. So either way, I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.